Good. Your arms are down and your palms are facing back or to your body. Just turn your arms. We've been focusing a little bit more on allowing the chest to open. So, with that cleansing breath out the mouth, you might also feel a pursed lip breath where you purse the lips and you slowly blow the breath out through a pursed lip, and you'll feel your exhale elongate and also smooth out. So when you do that breath, it's going to help calm the sympathetic nervous system, especially if it's overactive. It also helps to release a little bit of tension in the body, the mind, and allow you to arrive here. So we're just anchoring together as a group. So as you keep breathing, whether the breath is in the nose, out the mouth, whether you're shifting in and out of the nose in time, I want you to feel this awareness either with the eyes settled or closed or open, whatever you choose. You're going to just shift the weight from feeling right foot, notice left foot. So just go from side to side. Feel the knees bend a little bit. Notice if you have a pattern of locking the knees. And then pick up your toes. See if you can spread the toes. You'll feel that transverse arch, which is the arch at the top of the foot, press into the floor. And for some of us, that helps to awaken the feet, the muscles in the feet. Good. And then see if you can place the toes down. And do they all come down together? And maybe fan it a little bit. And then feel your heel. So your heel is a circle. So just notice what parts of your circle you feel and what parts of your circle of your heel you don't. And then see if you can bring some balance of weight between the toes, all of them, the heel, the outside of the foot, the transverse, and that medial arch. That's your big toe mound, and the inner heel. Most of the medial arch is kind of lifting away from the floor. Take a few breaths. Now we're going to bring in just that feeling of the top of the head. So if your eyes were lowered, closed, you're just going to open them and then feel. Maybe some of you might just notice that top of your head because we've been working on it over the last couple of weeks. And some of you might take one hand and notice the circle of your hair in the back and then travel your finger forward. So you feel the very top point. So you'll feel your skull going up and up and up. And then there'll be a point where it will peak and then it will start to go down. So you want to be touching the peak of the skull. And you're going to feel a little softness of the knees, a pressing down of the feet into the floor. So that means all the pads of your toes, your heel, the circle, and then up through the top of your head. It's just creating space through your spine. Relax your shoulders. Feel how there's a little drawing back of the lower belly up through, almost like a center line that's in front of your spine. There's a little internal lift. And see if you can balance the down through your feet and the up through the top of your head. Now keep that as you release your hand. Take a few more breaths. You should notice that your gaze is straight ahead. Okay, and then we're going to find somewhere. So some of you are going to look directly on the floor, about 3 to 4 feet in front of you. Some of you can look right in front of you as a focal point. You're going to ground one foot as your standing foot and one foot that you're going to start to lift the heel. And so you're going to lift the heel without shifting and loading one hip foot more than the other. You're going to keep rooting down. Keep lifting up through the top of the head. Feel that drawing back and that inner lift through the body as one foot leg starts to lift and float off the floor. So you might find as the leg lifts, the arms want to lift as well. Yeah, see if you can be a little bit fluid in the body, a little bit of bounce. Breathe. Some of us will hold our breath. Good. Then you're going to bring that left foot down and start to roll through the entire sole of the foot. Keep feeling the down and the up. Yeah, good. Relax your arms, your hands. You could feel that, Kevin, right? Yeah. Okay, so feel a little bit of fluidity coming in. So you might notice, oh, there's some spots on my foot that are really tight. I notice kind of a certain spot on my foot where I feel a little bit of holding. So this is a really good time to go back to that cleansing breath or the purslet breath. So the purslet, remember, you're blowing the air out the mouth. The cleansing breath is just a ah. Okay, and with each of them, we release. And so it's a good invitation for the body to let go of what's no longer needed. Yeah, good. At times, you might even find a little area where you'll roll in one spot. You might even pause and press a little bit of energy. Maybe when you find a little piece of congestion in the foot, that's the fascia, just a little bit more entangled. Other option is when you find that piece of fascia, you might even spin, okay, while holding a little bit of pressure. So we call that a pin and a spin. You can think of the fascia as this hydrated organism of web connection through the whole body. Okay, so the amount of water and hydration we have in the body is really important. And also the amount of holding that we have in the body. So sometimes we hold past experiences in the body. Sometimes we hold thoughts, emotions. And sometimes we hold our body in a postural formation. And then the fascia starts to kind of adhere and lock in that position, maintain that holding. So roll through the upper part of the foot as well. You might even want to stand, because most of us do have the dowel. If you have the ball, just let the ball come under. But just notice once you stand on the dowel, trying to get the transverse, I'm just going to touch the wall, the transverse arch on the dowel. So when you do that, you might start to see, okay, I can see the knuckle of my big toe and my pinky toe appearing, and sometimes even the knuckles in between the toes. I'm just going to widen the top of the feet. Yeah, good. Good. A little bend of the knee. Don't forget you're down. Take a moment to just be there. Sometimes a lot of us are tight on the very top of our foot. And that'll reflect what's happening in the shins and up through the knees and the quads. You might feel a difference from one foot to the other because you've rolled one, you haven't the other. And then just go back to keep rolling your first foot if you can. Go into your heel a little bit, roll through the whole foot again. You can also roll through the outer edge of the foot. So I'm just tipping my foot up and rolling through the lateral arch. So that's pinky toe to outer heel. Good. And once you pause, we'll go into the heels after. Once you pause, just feel the difference of both feet. Feel the down up through the very top of your head as you start to let the other foot that you haven't rolled become light, the pressing down, the lifting up through center line. And eventually that leg will start to lift. And we always have one side that we're a little bit better at balancing on. So remember, where's your focus spot? Because that's really helpful. Good, Donna. That felt really good today, yeah? Uh-huh. Nice. It's amazing to think how quickly your balance has improved, right? Since coming back to yoga, yeah. Good. And you're gonna just once again explore this foot. So what was holding on this side might not be the same as the other side. Yeah, good. Check in. Am I holding any tension in the fingers? I don't know why, but the hands want to get involved in this action. At one point, you'll notice and you'll be like, oh my God, my hands are so tight. I know, I don't know why they want to do it though, but they always want to get involved in the foot rolling for some reason. They're like, I've got you. You're like, no, you don't really need to. My feet have me. I'm good. Oh, so I talked about the lateral arch, but also know that you can internally rotate the leg a little bit and just roll the foot in a little bit. And you can roll through that inner medial arch. I don't know about you, but for me, yeah, you feel something in there. Yeah, relax your hand again. There it is. Yeah. So for some of us, we're tighter on one side, the other. Hmm. So you can continue to roll through there as much as you want, and then you can find a little bit of rooting through your heel. So you want to find in the circle of your heel, you have the end of your heel bone, which is called your calcaneus bone. And so you should be able to find your calcaneus bone leaning into the dowel. You can also do this on a ball. Some of you will be static holding, some of you will sway. Feel the down and the up. You can really feel the down here because you've got your heels connected, but don't lose your toes. They're also aware on the floor. When we root into our toes, it affects the muscles and the fascia through the front of the body. But when we press down into our heels, we're affecting the back of the calves, the back of the hamstrings into our sit bones. And then that transfers myofascially, muscles and fascia, all the way up through the back. Now notice, is the outer body a little bit tight? Can you just soften a little bit? So always exploring fluidity and stability. In yoga in Sanskrit, this is called integrity, stability, sthura. When you feel stable, you feel this quality of sthura. And then when you feel comfort and ease, it's called sukham. And so in life, on the mat, off the mat, it's really nice to feel both of these. So sometimes we notice, oh, I'm getting really tight and rigid, too much sthura, right? And then sometimes we get just like really floppy and it's too much. It's like, oh. So we want to try to notice, can we have this interplay where we feel equanimity between the two? And then just ask yourself, do I need to foot roll any other part of your foot? And when you're ready, we're going to release that. Now I want to do a little bit of foot rolling, not foot rolling, sorry, ankle release. And so it doesn't matter what foot you start on, but I want one foot rooted. Now you can have the other foot just on the ground to start. Okay, feel the balance down, up, in, expanding out. So that gathering in is your exhale, expanding out is your inhale. Remember, you're not only expanding in front body, side body, but back body. Good. And then you might just start by rolling the ankle with the toes on the floor. And some of you can find that lift and do it in the air. You choose. Okay, so you can go one direction. So going that the toes are the ones that we're rotating and drawing the circle, and the ankle is receding. So we're going both directions here. Good. Our ankle mobility is so important. And then just see, can I shake out that whole leg? Good. And then stand. Notice if there's a little bit of difference from just shaking out that one side, rolling, maybe a little bit increase of energy. Then you're going to press down through the other foot. Let the other heel come up. Maybe you start circling on the floor. Maybe you transition up. You breathe. Megan and I were catching eye and chuckling with one another. We both started to fall over at the same time. Oh, okay, shake it out. Okay, great. Ah, so I just want you to feel how tight are your shoulders today. We're going to do a little bit of work on the shoulders, and I'm just checking wall space today. We're going to make it work because I really wanted to do this one exercise with you, and then as the class started to grow, it's like I don't know, and I'm not. So we're gonna make it work, right? I know because it was on the agenda, and I was like having a really strong attachment to it because it's one that's been helping me and my shoulder and shoulder blade a lot. Okay, so first off, we're just gonna feel. We're just gonna start with a little bit of bounce, okay? And then I want you to start to see if you can let the upper body bounce a little bit too. So I want you to feel your shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades should slide up and down your rib cage. And so let your shoulders come up and down and down. Feel your whole body. We're just getting our lymph moving. It's really great for the body, for releasing, for nourishing. Hey, good. Yeah, you got it. Hey, now we're going to feel a little forward fold, and then we're going to do a little bit more work. So we're going to release. I'm only turning to my side so you can see what's happening. Feet are hip width apart. Inhale. As you exhale, you want your pelvis to move. So we've been focusing a lot on moving from the pelvis. So as you bend your knees, you're going to feel the weight shift back onto your heels a little bit more. Your sit bones, your tailbone is going to move back in your pelvis. Your torso will follow your spine as you come down. I only want you to find a right angle. So top of the head is reaching into the center of the room. Sit bones, tailbone reaching back. Now shift your weight so you feel your toes as well. Toes and heel. Let your arms dangle. Exhale. Pull the front ribs in. Good. Relax your fingers as you circle. Just going to do a little range of motion through the shoulders. We do this one almost every class. This is really good for nourishing all the ligament structure, which is part of our fascia around our shoulders. Go the other way. Sometimes we can get an adhering of this ligamentous structure onto the bone of the shoulder. Some of us know that as frozen shoulder. Can also get our shoulder blades adhering onto our rib cage, which creates a lot of havoc up through the neck, down through the arm, into the elbow, carpal tunnel in the wrist. Good. Now choose. Do you just want to stay here? Really good for strengthening the back. Some of you will bend the knees a little bit more, and you're going to feel your pelvis, your sit bones lift up towards the ceiling, however far they want to go. And then your spine will start to release down. Keep the weight in your toes. Arms, hands, for some of you will keep dangling. Some of you, you'll touch the ground. Some of you might hold right hand, hold left elbow, left hand, hold the right. Reach some energy out the top of your head. If you've gone all the way down into your forward fold towards the ground. Keep breathing. Good. You have any pull in your lower back, just bend the knees a little bit more. It'll soften it. If one spot on your legs is really speaking to you, just bend your knees. Okay, now you're going to reverse this to come up. So you're going to root down. Your sit bones, your pelvis are going to start to come down. You'll feel your torso and your head reversing. Come up. Inhale the arms if you wish. Exhale down. Good. Shake it out. Arms, legs. You're going to go right into, when you're ready, a shifting, twisting motion. So because we're a full class, do stagger on your mat a little bit. So if you need to, one of you move forward, one of you move back. Notice if you want a little bit of tapping. Good. Okay, so we're warming up the body a little bit more, so we're going to slow this down. Now, we've done this one before, so some of you will remember. It's the range of motion in the shoulders. So I'm going to turn sideways to show this. And you might only do the first part. There's no need to do the whole circle. Okay, so we're just going to start one arm. You choose. I'm just going to start to swing it. Now, your body doesn't need to be stagnant facing forward. Let your body move with the arm. Okay, just think of down through your feet, up through the top of your head. Let your body move. Good. And if your arm increases and moves up and back a little bit more, some of you might even feel, oh, my arm just wants to do a full circle. Okay, you can go and just stay in the half moon swing. Good. Notice what it feels like. You are going to allow your body to turn. You can see when I go and I turn, see how my body's turning towards the arm that I'm moving. It's going to help. Good. Do a little bit of shake. Let your shoulder blades, as I move face behind you, let them slide up and down. Okay, then when you're ready, you're going to do other side. So we're just freeing the shoulder blades a little bit more today. Yeah, so take your time to warm up the shoulder. And sometimes the shoulder, for me, this side, sometimes doesn't want to go into a full circle, so I always honor that. It's nice just to even let the arm come up. And that could be enough. Take time for the body to warm up and accept if it wants to go in. Sometimes the mind goes a little bit quicker than what the body wants to do. Yeah. Nice. Helping to free. Yeah, it's working, right? And so you just let it take its time. These are all things, right? To free the shoulder. Okay, you're going to slowly release that when you're ready. We're going to do a few shoulder rolls now. Okay, so the feet are hip width apart. We're going to inhale. You're going to draw the shoulders up. You're going to create compression. So I want you to bring your shoulders up as high up as you can. Feel the muscles compress. Roll the shoulders back. You're going to feel your shoulder blades squeeze together, then let go. Good. Inhale as you come up. Compress, roll it back, squeeze the shoulder blades, let it out the mouth. Good. Inhale up, roll back, squeeze, let it go. Sometimes a little sound. Good. Really letting some freedom come to the upper body. So sometimes when we release the upper body and the shoulders, it inadvertently flows down and releases the lower back. You go the other direction when you're ready. So you're going to go up, forward, let it go. So just see and feel your shoulder blades. Are they wanting to come together? You have a whole edge, the whole inner spine of your shoulder blade. Feel the bottom of the shoulder blade, the middle, the upper. Good. Let that come for as long as you want. Pause when you're ready. And do our final release. Inhale, draw the shoulders up. Hold. Exhale, let it go. Let's do that a couple more times. Let it come up when you're ready, and you let it go when you're ready. Another option is inhale, draw it up, and then purse the lips, slowly deflate it. So it's not a drop, it's a slow deflate, almost like your shoulder girdle has air in it. And you're slowly deflating it as the arms lower. So one of them might speak to you. Sometimes it's the combination of both. But you might find one that just really sings in your body, and you take this to work with every day or every other day or whenever it gets called in. Good. Now just pause. Let your palms face forward. The little external rotation of the ball of the shoulder. Okay, feel the down, soft bend of the knees. Okay, so try not to lock them. There you go. Reach up through the top of the head, down through the feet. And just notice how you feel. Feel a few more breaths. Is there energy or awareness in a certain part of your body that maybe wasn't there? Sometimes when we have a lot of tension, there's a little bit of stagnation. We're not as fluid. We're not as feeling that ease, that sukham. Okay, so we're going to do a move on the shoulder girdle now. We're going to have the inflated ball, which all of you have. You're going to need a wall, not a very big spot, about a foot or two. So we're going to move. So I'm going to get Kevin and Tina to move. There's one spot over here, and there is a spot right here. Yeah, you go. Oh, actually, Tina, sorry, I was talking to Tina.
Oh,
There's two of you. Yeah, so you're gonna stay there. Yeah, you're gonna stay where you are, and I'm gonna put Kevin here. Yeah, perfect. Sorry, I didn't clarify that. Okay. We also have another spot too, Megan. Okay. So I love how all of you go in and you're predicting me, but I'm switching it up today. Yeah. But since you're all there, let's do a little rolling to release the back before we go into it. It's not going to be very long though, because last week we did our fascia class. So, okay, so feet hip width apart. You're putting the ball around the mid shoulder blade. Okay, you're feeling the feet come away from the wall. Good. So when you come down, I want to do chair pose, which was on the invitation today. I just want you to come into a wall squat today. Just feel that. Notice toes heel. Are you feeling okay, Tina, with that mat? As it feels stable? Okay, yeah, I was just making sure too that the mat felt okay. Then I just want you to roll a little bit from side to side, up and down. Notice how your breath wants to be there. I want you to focus on trying to release around the shoulder blades, above it, and below it. Good, there we go. Good. Donna, how's this feeling in your back? Did you get a chance to do this? Yeah, did you do it? Yes, good. Is it releasing for you? Okay, that's okay. They going back in? Good. Give them another few minutes. I know. It's like in and out, right? Okay, so just doing another minute or so because I can feel I was just about, to kind of give a little cue, and then I could hear all your bodies going, wait. I'm just going to give another minute or so here. Because I also want to do a little flow after the shoulder release. Nice. This is a really good tool if you have tightness in the back, in the upper back, in the lower back. It's a really gentle way. So over the class, we sometimes switch this out for ball, which we're not going to do today, and go a little bit deeper. We're just going to keep it really soft to warm and nourish the tissue today. Yeah, it's much better without it, right? Then you're not, yeah, I know. Because, hence they're supposed to be sticky, but we try to release the stickiness from them so that every time you don't stand up, it's not sticking to your feet. Okay. So you're going to do just a few more rounds. And then we're going to play a little bit with pressing the ball into the wall. So as you're there, you guys can keep rolling, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I'm going to be facing behind. I'll try to articulate this as well because we have Shannon watching the video. So just, you can pause, you can just watch for a moment. But when you put your hand pressing into the ball, you really want to just try to keep us starting off where your wrist, you can notice, doesn't start higher than your shoulder, and you're leaning into the wall. You're finding this down and up. You're trying to stay square to the wall. I'm just going to show you first. You don't have to go into it. We're going to go up and down while you're pressing. And then we're going to do something a little fancy. Okay, we're going to go diagonally. Okay, corner, bottom corner, upper corner, bottom corner. Then you're going to reverse it. You're going to go upper corner, bottom corner. Okay, then you're going to draw a circle in one direction and in the other. So before we start it, you're just going to pause. And I want you to feel your shoulders and your shoulder blades. Notice if one side of your shoulder girdle says, I want you to start with me. So I just want you to take a reflection. How are things feeling? You might feel really easeful. I've got something going on my left shoulder blade today, so it feels quite good for me. So you decide, square to the wall, feet hip width apart, and you're pushing only about 40 or 50% of the ball, pushing into the ball. Good, not so far away, Donna. So your feet are stacked under your shoulders. A little bit closer for you, Donna, to the wall. There you go. Okay. Yeah. What's happening over here? You guys are funny. Okay, up and down. So you're going to move the ball, and it's not a very big movement, right? Yeah, there you go. Straight arm. There it is. Yes. Okay, this is going to be quite nice for the shoulder for you. Okay, good. And I'm going to switch your ball around. Okay, then you're going to go on to the upper right corner, down to the lower right corner. So you're drawing a diagonal. There it is. Yes. Keep the pressure even. Good. I notice that your heels, your feet are back farther than under your torso. Yeah, so you need to come forward a tiny bit. Now shift your torso back. So push straight arm, straight up. There it is. Is it in the wrist that you're feeling it? Okay, so go a little bit softer on it when you push. So maybe like a little bit less, but try to keep the arm relatively straight. And then you're going to go circle. Good. And then maybe you go, oh, I want to go up and down again. I want to go the diagonal again. I'm going to go the other diagonal again. Yes. Good. How's that feeling, Donna? Yeah, this is good for you. Mhm. Okay, your feet are as well a little bit back, so you could walk forward a tiny bit. Maybe split the difference. Yeah, there we go. Straight on. Mhm. Ah, there we go. Okay, working shoulder. Okay. Yeah, really bit of holding in the wrist, right? Okay, once you're done one side, you're gonna pause. Take note. How do you feel? What's that? Okay, good. I thought you were gonna say, I don't feel anything, Michelle. Okay, try other side. Okay, can I offer you a suggestion of what's happening in body? Okay, one thing I noticed when you're standing, I'm gonna do a side view of you. Okay, when you stand straight, you push your pelvis forward. You feel that? You're sore. Yes. Yeah, and you're creating more by standing that way, okay? Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's actually yeah, so what you wanna try to do instead of coming in, because watch what happens. See how that compresses? When I come back, see how it widens? Yeah. No, but you know what? You're doing it too much, okay? Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. So let's see if we can find center for you, okay? Okay, so let's put your hand at the wall. Bend the knees because you have a tendency to lock your knees as well. Okay. Okay. So that cue is a lot for you because when you lock your knees, you can't press the pelvis forward unless the knees are locked. Okay. I'll say that again. You can't press the pelvis forward unless your knees are locked. So the minute you bend your knees, it brings your pelvis back into it. Well, you want to be neutral. Yeah. 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 There. Yeah. That's better. Is it okay if I touch you a tiny bit? Okay. There. It's very minute. How are you guys doing? Everyone okay? You stop when you're ready. Do you notice a difference? Like it, not like it? Yes, no? It's subtle? Yeah, yeah. And what is happening, one of the things that is happening here is some of us, and you haven't done this in a while, where you're allowing your shoulder blade to create fluidity across your rib cage. And then it's also getting myofascially into the muscles and the fascia around that area. So it's gently strengthening as it's nourishing at the same time. Mhm. If you want fun, you can always be like, you can draw your name if you get a little bit bored, right? Print it, wash the car. Yeah, I know. Okay, so we're gonna head back towards our moon. You got it. Great. You can hold on to that one. It's my personal one. So just at the end of the day, just give it back to me. Because sometimes it ends up back in the bag and it's like, oh, I've marked it. I marked it as my own, but yeah, I just appreciate it. It's like I'm happy to hand it out. Just sometimes it's nice to come back. Okay, so let's see how we feel. We've been doing check-ins. Palms forward, little external rotation. Some of us are hydrating, really good. The body's saying, I need fluid. So we've done a lot of work to free the upper body. Yeah, it might feel a little bit different. Yeah. And some of you are moving around to determine, does it feel different? You're rolling your shoulders. Okay, all this is going to help to free the neck. So inadvertently, we didn't actually really do anything targeting the neck, but everything we did is flowing up into the neck and down into the pelvis. Right? Yeah. Yeah. A little bit more fluid, right? So remember, whenever we work an area, it's not only going to reverberate that area, but it's going to reverberate up and below. Yeah. So now we're going to do a little flow. Okay. Some of us, before we go to the floor, yeah. are going to need a wall. Okay. And I'll show you. I know some of you have really good balance and you're not going to need the wall. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Okay. So just watch for a moment. We're going to be in triangle. Because I want to free the sides of the body. So I'm just doing a little fast forward. So here's Trikonasana. Then we're going to move into Ardha Chandrasana. Okay. So some of you might go, oh, I most definitely need a wall for that. If that is the case, you are finding a wall. And there's my ball. It's coming to talk to you. The pillar is also really great because all you need it for is to support the hip. Okay. Donna, what are you thinking you're going to use? I think you should use, you're going to do it in the middle of the floor? Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to come spot you then. Okay. Okay, so you're starting your feet. Okay, if you're using the wall, your pelvis is against the wall. Your feet are about a half of your foot distance away. You can go a little bit farther. Okay, you want to be 3 to 4 feet. As you turn out right foot, I want you to take your right heel, line it up with the inner arch of your back foot, and take your back heel and angle it back. So that means your back leg, which is your left, is internally rotating. Good, bend your knee. You're going to put your block about a foot and a half in front of your right foot. Excellent. Some of you might not even need it. A couple of you not even using it. Okay, great. Okay, exhale. Okay, so we're just going to arrive right here. Forget about where we're going. Just be here. Think of the down and the up. Okay, the legs are going to straighten for this one. Arms are going to come up. Now we freed the shoulder girdle, anticipation for this pose. Okay, if at any time this doesn't feel good, drop one arm. You don't even really need it. So left arm, let's just take it out of the equation for a moment. Inhale, exhale, you're going to bring your hips and you're going to shift them back. And then you're going to reach out from your waist, through the whole right side of your body, through your arm, out the body. Okay, feel that extension and then just let your arm release down. Very soft touch. You're not supporting yourself with that hand. Press your feet, reach out the top of the head. Those of you that have a wall, you might even roll open into the wall. Okay, your right side will touch, but your left side won't. Yeah, there you go, Donna. And then you're going to bend your right knee. Look down at your right leg. Okay, keep your left hand, if you had it up in the air, onto your hip. And you're going to press off your back foot. So you shift weight onto your right foot. Your toes haven't lifted yet. And then you're going to pull energy up through your standing leg, which is your right. Let the left leg lift. Those of you that have the wall are leaning open to the wall. Some of you will reach that left arm up. Some of you will use your hand on the block. Yes, yes, I know, right? That's what I was saying. I'm like, you're going against, I'm like, I'm here for you. It's harder than it looks. Yes, use the wall, facing the wall. So you want to stand with your hips against the wall, Donna. There you go. Turn your right foot out, widen your feet, right foot out. So it's this way. That's your right foot, right? Yes. And left foot in. And when you're ready, come into a standing forward fold. Yeah, you got it. Good, good, good. Nice. This is really good work for your ankle. How does it feel, Elsby? Yeah, it's looking and feeling really good. Okay, put your block down here. Okay, I want you to try it on that side one more time. Okay, do it one more time. Okay. Yeah, use the wall, lean into it. There it is. You got it. You got it. I've got you. There it is. Yeah, you're okay. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Some of you are holding your breath. Okay, extend through side body. Go into Trikonasana first. Yeah, you've got it. Good. What's that? Yeah, so are you in Trikonasana first? So triangle, straight leg. Yes, you got it. Now extend, inhale, extension, triangle. Yeah, so this one here, it's an elongation for your QL. So you can feel right side of your chest opening, heart. There we go. Feel that beautiful opening for you, baby. That's you there. So nice for you. This is like really one of the ones, okay? Now pause, bend your knee, look down at your right hand, right foot, and now you're gonna press off your left foot, put your hand on your block. Yeah, good. Lift up. You got it. You can do it. Yeah, don't though. Okay, good. Now press. I know you want to point, but I want you to flex. Good. Okay, question. Yeah, Elaine, what's happening? What do we feel? A compression in. Okay, let's switch sides and I'll watch to see what you're doing. Okay, there we go. You can move that basket if you need to. It does really help. You've kind of done it before. Okay, I'm going to lead you through the second side, okay? Yes. Okay. So I'm just waiting. Sorry, I'm just waiting for Megan to go back to her mat because she's giving me some sass today. So I was just allowing her to have her moment. Yeah. I know. I'm taking it from all angles today. I love it. So Tina, just so you know, you said you didn't want to be on camera, but your right elbow and right leg is on camera today. Is that okay? Okay, perfect. I just wanted to let you know, okay? Because you were like, yeah, only the elbow. Okay, block is by the left foot. Okay, exhale. Okay, feet are 3 to 4 feet apart. Left foot is turned out. So if you're using the wall, your foot is parallel to the wall. Doesn't have to be touching the wall. Your heel is lined up with the inner arch of your back foot, and your back leg is slightly internal rotated. There it is. Okay. Now, feel your feet, reach your arms up. Inhale. As you exhale, feel your lower belly draw back. Feel your pelvis go back as your arm extends and your torso forward. Once you get to a point, you just release that down. See if the top arm wants to come up or it just wants to rest on your leg. Now, your gaze can be down at your left foot, straight ahead, or up. Now, breathe here. Trikonasana. You're creating a whole bunch of little triangles here with your body. Okay, then you're going to release right arm down to your hip. Good. Yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, that's a great question. You do not have to keep it back. You're going to let your front hip internally rotate a little bit, and it does kind of shift on a 45-degree angle. Great question. Thank you. Okay, so you're going to let that right arm come down, shift weight into your left foot. Now, remember, we did all that work. Press down through your left. Lift energy up through your left leg. Your right leg floats up and you're going to reach back through your heel. Good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. It's better. It's this side. I think your abductor is a little bit weaker on the other side. Okay. It's always been a problem. You can go into a standing forward fold just a moment and come down when you're ready. You were there when we did that whole hip sequence yesterday.
Yeah, or last week I did.
Last week, yeah. That was the one that would be really good for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's always
right. Yeah. So try it on this side and then we'll go back. We'll do a little bit of clamshells today. Okay. How are we feeling? Okay. Okay. So I know we did it twice on the other side, but if you hung here longer on this side, I think we're good, right? I feel like I want to release and come down to the floor because we've been standing for a while. So we're going to use the block and we're going to do a little release. Some of you are instinctively already going in it. You're going to have the block in front of you. Widen the feet. Good. We're finding our way back to our mat. So you can turn if you want to. Yeah, face LSB. There we go. Outer edge of the feet facing the short end of the mat. Now just exhale. Whatever happened is done. Okay. Inhale, arms come out to the side. You're going to come forward with the pelvis. So the pelvis reaches back. The weight goes a little bit more on the heels. Just come to a flat back. Okay. Feel your toes. Drop the right hand down to the block. Feel the left arm come down just so the left hand faces the block. Reach energy out the top of your head. Now you're going to move from the pelvis into a twist. So as you exhale, the lower belly draws back. You're going to feel your right hip drop down. You're going to start to turn through the pelvis, the lower back to the left, the heart, maybe the head, maybe the arm comes up. It doesn't have to. You can rest on your back. And then you're going to start to turn from the pelvis, the lower back, the torso, the neck, the head, switch arms. Inhale, exhale as you go to the right. It's your left hip dropping down, twisting open first, then lower back, middle back, upper back, maybe neck and head. You're going to flow from side to side. And I know some of you can go a little bit deeper, so you might switch the height of your block. Some of you might even find that you just want to go onto the floor. Other option is the hand onto opposite leg shin. So sometimes when I don't have a block and I want to go into this, it's really good for releasing, once again, in between the shoulder blades. Good. Don't forget about reaching out the top of your head. Some of you are losing the neck and the head on your spine. Good. Nice slow intention there. Good. Now check in. Do I have as much weight on my toes as I do my heels? There you go, Tina. Yeah, you felt that, right? Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of weight in the toes. Okay. How are your hamstrings feeling? Okay. Yeah, it's coming in. It's in your hip. Yeah. You can pause. Yeah, it's a good one. You can pause, heel toe, come out whenever you want. Some of you might even hang here for a breath or two. There's a lot of us in the room, so I'm just watching. Okay, just to kind of gauge. Yeah, you might stay, you might bend the knees when you're ready to come up. Engage the legs. And we're going to heel toe, shake it on out. Some of you will want to do a few hip circles. So if you're doing some swinging twists, all right, we're going to go all the way down to the floor. We're going to skip past doing too much on our hands and knees. We're going to do a little bit just to release, but we're going to find the short end of our mat. Feet hip width apart. Take a moment to pause. This has been our benchmark of coming back to what we call Tadasana. So we're seeing is my feet, my pelvis, my torso, my head stacking. So much better. Elaine, you got it, right? That's you. Huh. Hands at heart. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms down, let the knees bend. Press through the feet. Reach up through the top of the head as you inhale, lengthen up through the arms. Exhale, take the weight back in the heels. Let your pelvis sink back. Reach the sit bones back, then up. Shift your weight back into your toes. Let your head go. Beautiful. Bend your knees, hands on the floor. Step a big step back through right foot, left foot. You're in an inverted triangle. Name downward dog. Pressing the hands into the floor, all the palm of your hand. Let your knees bend so that you can lengthen your torso all the way carry out your sit bones towards the wall behind you and the ceiling and out through the top of your head to the floor. If you choose, you can stay here and hold. Some of you might bend one knee a little bit more and release the heel towards the floor to just walk it out. Keep lengthening torso. Good, you've got it. You'll know when you're ready to transition down into child. The knees come down, they widen. And you let the pelvis start to sink back towards the feet. You're coming into a little flexion of the knees. So depending on how your knees are feeling, you only go back as far as you want. Then you let the torso and the head release. Remember, if the head doesn't come to the floor, don't worry. You can stack your arms. Support the head. You can walk the arms over to one side, deepening your lateral stretch because we have not gone into a lateral stretch besides the triangle. Stay there for as many breaths as you want. Pass through center, go to the other side at your timing. Take your time to be here. When you feel ready to come out, some of you might want to hover here a little bit longer. Some of you are ready to come out. We're just going to do some spinal waves on either hands and knees or elbows and knees. So hands stacked under shoulders, knees under hips. If that does not feel good on your wrist, because some of us were expressing wrists today, elbows are under the shoulders. Okay, top of the feet can be on the mat, or you can tuck the toes under. Okay, I just want you to see, can you pull the front ribs in to just find a flat back to start? Okay, then can continue to round as the sit bones reach down, the lower back expands up, the middle back, the upper back, the neck and the head. And then you're gonna let the sit bones rise up to reach towards the ceiling. The lower back will arch, the middle back. Very gentle gaze of your eyes forward. Try not to go too far. Let your pelvis start the movement. And let the spine and the head and the neck follow. Sometimes we let the head start the movement and we leave the spine and the pelvis behind. So I want, as I've been focusing on for a month or so, letting your pelvis lead the movement and the spine follows. This will create ease through the neck and the shoulders, and the mind, the breath, the body. Good. The circling is wanting to come in. Couple variations here. You can take your spine and imagine it's like a little pencil and you can circle around as if the spine is jump roping or barrel rolling around. We're all going to look a little bit different. I'm on my elbows for this. You can go both directions. Other option is inhale the whole pelvis and torso in. Head forward and then shift the pelvis back so the pelvis leads, drawing a circle around, an oval on the floor. When you're ready, you're going to roll over to one hip, swing the legs around, and we're going to gather our chin towards the chest and just roll down. Draw the knees into the chest, give them a hug. As you have the knees into the chest, notice if your hands want to be on the shins, they want to be on the back of the thighs. Do you want to keep the legs together and just circle around on the lower back? Feel your back body touch the floor. Take a few breaths out your mouth. Go the other direction. Let your body find the ground. Okay, we're going to release. We're going to do one strengthening. We had a little request for clamshells, so we're going to do those today. Some of you like to use a bolster for this one, so you can lean onto left side. Some of you might have a bolster that comes under the head. Left arm can be extended on the floor. You can wrap it around your bolster. Hey, you want to bring the legs up to a place that you can feel your lower back lengthen. And then you want to look at your legs, that the knees are in alignment. So sometimes the top leg kind of falls back and you can notice your top knee is kind of shifted back. So just bring it forward. Lean the sides of the big toes into each other and just let your heels separate. And then you're going to take your bottom leg, it's your outer thigh, and you're just going to roll a little bit of energy into the top of the iliotibial band and the thigh. So your shin and your feet float up off the floor. Good. Now check in. Have I rolled my head or pulled it forward? You should be looking straight ahead here. Reach some energy out the top of your head. Your right hand can sit on your right hip if you want. Keep rolling kind of forward on that bottom thigh as you lift and lower your top leg. You're using glute med. Try not to lean back in any way. There you go. Okay, bottom leg. It's heavy. Just watching. There you go. Good. A couple more. You should be able to feel this glute medius muscle. Part of it's an internal, part of it's an external rotator. It's part of your abductors, which helps support you. Maybe do as many as you want. My body says, whew, that's good. We're just gonna do clamshells today. So when you're ready, we're gonna roll over onto the other side. Set ourselves up. Head stacked on spine. Knees, thighs coming up to a place that feels good on your lower back. Subtle exhale. Check in. Are your knees lined up? The sides of the toes leaning into each other. The heels can separate. I just got my head lifted a little bit just because I've got my mic on this side. So you're going to roll a little bit forward. So you're feeling the top kind of part of your quad, your thigh muscle, leaning into the floor. And that just levitates your shins and your feet. And you try to keep that as you lift and lower that top leg. Yeah. And Megan, does it help when you roll onto your thigh, your bottom thigh, like roll forward onto this part of your thigh on this one? Because I know sometimes we talked about where you can't feel the muscle engaging as much on this side. The bottom leg. So it's like a balance maybe. Yeah. Elaine, how we doing on this one? Yeah, okay. You do as many as you want. So some of you might go, oh, I want to do a couple more. Some of you might feel that you're done. Good. Then you're going to roll it back onto your back when you're done. We are ending in figure 4 and doing a little bit of release for the hip because we focused a lot on the shoulder girdle today. So some of you have your pink ball. You might grab a chip foam block. So depending on this one, sometimes when we go into figure 4, the neck and the shoulders get tight. So there's 2 options. You can support your head with the chip foam block. Ours has a black cover on it at the studio. Okay, the other option is popping it underneath the hip. Hey, if you're gonna do ball rolling, you're gonna have to take it out after, but you can feel, do I wanna draw the right leg in? I wanna circle it a little bit through one side, the other, going in a hip rotation, both directions. Once you feel a little bit more freedom in your pelvis, you can find that external rotation, right ankle on left thigh. Okay, you can pause here. You can lean your right ankle and your left thigh into each other to float that left foot up off the floor. Heavy pelvis. Some of you might interlace your hands behind that left leg. Okay, remember, you can rock a little bit here from right to left. You might extend that left leg. Take a moment to let that right hip release. Right thigh sometimes wants to fold towards your torso. Sometimes you can bring your right hand to touch below your knee on your right thigh, and you can just gently release it away. Still want your pelvis to stay neutral, so you're not kind of tipping your pelvis or bringing yourself out of alignment, but you're just releasing the leg away, which you might feel a little bit more of a hip opening. Okay, then you can stay there for as long as you want. If you want to bring that left foot back to the floor, you would need to release the block if you have it underneath the hip on this one. You can roll and put the ball underneath the outer hip, the fleshy part of the buttocks. You can do a little bit of ball rolling. Sometimes some of us want to come out of figure four altogether. And you can, I suggest you notice the outer hip as well that you can put the ball into, and you can lean right over into it. Also, when you go into this release with the feet around hip width apart, you let your pelvis guide the legs over into a twist. You can release through the top thigh of the other leg, which is a psoas release. You got it. Elsby, did you want to use my pink ball? Oh, you've got one. Watch your back on the floor. It's good. We're progressing, right?
Okay, with my head up.
Yay. Okay, I'm going to put this under your head then. Lift your head up. There you go. Great. Better, right? Lifting the torso, right? Yeah. High five to that. Good job. Think of where you were 2 weeks ago. I said, think of where you were 2 weeks ago, right? That's profound. Yeah. Okay. So we probably need to switch sides. You take your time, transition, come out, notice how you feel. Okay, you're going to draw the left. It is left leg, right? Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'm not in it. So you're going to circle the leg through the hip. Okay, one direction, then the other, just to loosen the hip up before you bring the left ankle onto the right thigh. Okay, take your time. Good. So I'm going to lie down here. I want to show a little alteration. Okay? So do your rolling in your hip. Yeah, because it's different now since I lied down. Right? Yeah. Yeah, right? Teach you effect. I know. But you can, before I felt like there was more from your foot, right? Whereas now I can feel, you're coming from the whole leg. Yeah, feel the difference of that movement. Yeah, and now you're circling through the whole leg. Whereas before it was kind of like, okay, foot circle, right? So it's the concept of Where am I initiating the movement from? Yeah? Yeah. Good. You're going into a figure four. You're pushing that left ankle into right thigh to levitate that leg. If you want, it's your right foot that might come off the floor. Yeah, good. We are at 10:15. We are at 10:15. Yeah, so we're probably going to go a little bit over. So I'm thinking that we want to take off, right? Yeah. Well, you take your mat, but you can leave everything else with you. Okay. Yeah, and I'll clean up because I don't want you to feel stressed. Yeah, you're welcome. Take your time adding the ball if you want. We are exactly at our 75-minute mark. Are you guys okay if we go a little bit over today? Okay, just want to make sure we're going to have one person transition because she needs to meet her daughter, clean her up. So you're going to hear the door open and close in the next couple minutes. Okay, but you just finish with taking your time to complete this side. Yeah, you can leave all your props there. No worries, Donna. I'll clean them up for you. I'm just walking through. And here, I'm going to put this in. Uh-huh. Take your time. Okay, see you next week. Okay, so checking in what needs to complete. Walking back, yep. Oh yeah. Anywhere from here to the outside. Sometimes it might even be right around here. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit more leaning out and pulling the ball. And it might be, I'm getting guided for you. It's kind of right around. Ooh, there. Yeah. So I would put the ball there and like let your hip roll out into it. And then just play around in that spot. It's somewhere in there. You're just, you're going to get, you're going to feel more sensation. Yeah. I'm going to switch the dialogue a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So you're going to feel as you play in that area, some places are going to be a little bit tighter than others, right? And sometimes when you find the epicenter, which is like, oh, when you go kind of one of those, you might just want to move off that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So you're checking in. Do I need anything else to complete my practice? If not, you're finding your final resting pose, which might be just flat on the floor. Maybe you decide to have a spot where you put your legs up the wall, your legs on a bolster. You got it. Oh, this is good. These are two ones. You're a little bit far away and you're actually not really on your mat all the way either. Yeah, right? Yeah, so that's it. If you come to the short edge, closer to me. Good. Some of you are popping the bolster underneath your pelvis and just, there you are, levitating your legs in the air. Some of you have the bolster under your knees and oops, let's bring them a little bit closer and let's start over. That's feeling better. How's that doing? Is that feeling okay? Okay. Take a breath, let it out your mouth. Let's invite that breath out the mouth again. And maybe it wants to flow one more time as you let your body fully let go. So this is when you just go into that full release. Much as your body feels willing to release into the mat today. So remember, release is a learned response. So it's an unraveling that happens. And let your arms float away from the body. We did all that work to open the chest. Free the shoulder blade to slide across the rib cage. Palms up. Move any props out of the way. Let the lower jaw, if it feels right, separate from the upper jaw. Soft lips. Feel the tip of your tongue. Relax the bottom into your bottom palate as you travel through the middle of the tongue, the back of the tongue, very root of the tongue. This is going down into the throat. If you relax the root of the tongue, you might even notice a little bit more freedom coming into the neck. The breath. We'll just breathe you for the next couple minutes that we're here. There's nothing to do but just simply be in this moment. Feel the imprint of body. Notice your right shoulder blade touching the floor. Notice your left shoulder blade. And that space in between the shoulder blades, which is the back doorway into your heart. And as you pass through that doorway, just revel in the inside space around your heart muscle. Feel the soft expansion of body inhalation and a letting go, a sinking down into the floor exhalation. The piece that got called in today is by Charlotte Freeman. I'll share it with you with the recording. Isn't it weird how you can experience situations throughout your life that are so heartbreaking or stressful that you can't even imagine ever being okay again? Then a few weeks, months, or even years later, you notice that the days go by without you thinking about those times. You laugh, you smile, you go about your day and realize that you're stronger and happier than you thought you ever could be again. Those bad times might have always been in your mind, but you feel at peace with your past, and the memories that come back, they don't punch you in the heart like they used to. You realize that you are, in fact, as strong as everyone was saying you were at the time. That you would, in fact, get through what you went through. Isn't it amazing how much we change, how much we learn, and how much we can grow? Isn't it amazing how much we can change, how much we can learn, and how much we can grow? You savor the sweetness of the practice, and softly humming through you for one more minute. Notice the flow of your breath as you just let awareness be guided. Not changing anything, just watch your inhale and watch your exhale. See how your body responds to each part of the breath. It's freeing of the upper body, free not only the mind, but the heart, the lower back, the pelvis. Just allowing your heart to be your guide as you feel that element of air, that breath connecting into your heart center, your lungs. And just wiggle the fingers a little bit and notice, remember what you do with your hands affects not only your wrists, your elbows, your shoulder blades. And what you do with your feet as you wiggle them affects your ankles, your knees, your pelvis. And there's a meeting point of the upper and the lower body in the abdomen, kind of above your belly button, below your rib cage. This is where you join upper and lower body. And you take some time. Do I want to shift? Do I want to lengthen? Do I want to yawn? How do you want to move? As you take your time to roll over to the side. You're going to find some height if you want to sit on. I've just taken a bolster to sit on with my legs crossed, but you might want to sit on the floor or extend the legs, whatever you choose. Arms are going to be facing forward. Last check in with the palms coming forward. I've also moved to a wall just because I had one beside me. Let's take an exhale out the mouth. Okay, root your right sit bone and your left sit bone into the floor. Press down, reach up through the top of your head as you continue to breathe. And then as you exhale, feel that reaffirmation of the ground down. As you reach out through the top of the head, the arms will start to levitate out to the side. Remember, you can turn your palms down and even bring the arms forward, like you're drawing a top of a triangle. The palms will touch, and then you'll draw a line down in front of your face, your throat, your heart, your abdomen, your pelvis. And then the arms will go out to the side. And on your next inhale, I want you to gather up whatever it is that you'd like to bring into your day. And receive it as you exhale into your being. And do that one more time, no rush here. On your third pass of coming down and the palms touch, just stop at your heart and let the sides of your thumbs just rest on your sternum. And just feel your sternum ever so gently lift up into your thumbs. Relax your shoulders. Feel the right hand leaning into left and left into right. Feel your breath. If your eyes were closed, gently let them open. And let the gaze lift if your head was forward. Thank you for playing and laughing and keeping me on my toes today. I appreciate all of you.